Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of KigerCraft. I'm Tiger. Garen is running around out here somewhere, and today we are going to be doing a little bit of sprucing up around the castle-y places. I've had some things that I've wanted to change for a while now, and I just haven't gotten around to doing them. And today we're actually going to sit down and we're going to do it. Let's see here. I need to first make myself an enchanted sword because I have 37 levels from killing all those stinking withers. Sharpness 3, fire aspect 2, not bad. Way better than these gold swords I was using. Okay, cool. So as you can see, we still just got one wither head. Everything I've got is in pretty bad shape. My helmet broke, my boots broke, and I've got very little left on my armor, so I'll be enchanting that new set of armor soon. But one of the things that I really wanted to do is I wanted to change this hallway. This is something that I built early on. I sort of came up with the idea for having, you know, this sort of hallway where everything is lit up, and then we did the lava and everything, and then they updated the fire spread to be more aggressive. Oh, hey water bucket, I'm gonna need you later. So I am going to go ahead and remove a lot of this stuff. It will be going back. It's not going to be gone for forever. We will be replacing it, but one thing that's going away and not coming back is the lava. The lava's time has come and gone, and it is now time for it to go away for forever. So I'm just going to be working on clearing out a lot of this wood, a lot of this stuff that could potentially burn. Because the last thing I want to do is burn down the castle and the library because of prettiness. So, there were a couple things that I wanted to talk about today, and if some of you have been watching what's been going on with certain games that have been released lately, you will have heard of Aliens Colonial Marines, and for those of you who have been following us for quite a while, you have heard me talk about certain games and reviews and things like that. So the whole it was deja vu earlier today because the Twitters and the gaming sites have been just absolutely blowing up with you know, nobody really saying anything good about this Aliens Colonial Marines thing. You know, I think there's a pair of shears down here, so I can take these down easy. It's just one of those things where I'm not surprised, to be entirely honest. The flint and steel, this is not what I want. Let's see, I think there's an ender chest in here. G is working on getting our stuff prepped. I'll just make some new ones, whatever, for the update. We don't know when it's coming, but we figure we're going to get everything ready to go anyways. But, yeah, so apparently there was this game called Aliens Colonial Marines. It's by some company and Gearbox. Gearbox is the only name that I remember or recognize. So, yeah, Gearbox. That's cute. So I was sort of like, you know, like, what is this game? Where did it come from? For me, I had not heard of it. Now, to be entirely honest, I am, okay, not really up to snuff on a lot of games. So for me, missing a game or realizing that, oh hey, you know, there's this game that's coming out that I've really, okay, let's just you know, there's this game coming out that I haven't heard of, you know, that's not unusual for me. So when Aliens Colonial Marines, you know, when I walked by my local GameStop and I saw that, you know, it was coming out, and, you know, there were people inside talking about it and stuff, I was a little skeptical. I was like, okay. And then, you know, as the release date got closer, I saw more and more people talking about it on, like, game sites and things like that. So it sort of struck me as odd that, yay, he's fast. I need to stop falling down that hole. So it sort of struck me as a little bit weird that there was this game that was coming out that I hadn't heard of, but yet not weird enough to sort of question a lot of what was going on. So I think that'll be good enough for now. I'm gonna remove this thing here. But finally, it came out, and it's apparently terrible. Like, absolutely the worst thing in the world, according to some people. I was looking up on Metacritic right before this, and it's seriously, I wrote it down. Where'd it go? Oh yeah, it had 1 positive review. Oh shit, no. Lava's scary. It had 1 positive review, 8 mixed reviews, and 11 negative reviews. Okay, that is pretty damn bad. No. If you guys remember sort of a controversial game that came out a little while ago, it was a little game called The War Z. Pretty much one of the worst games ever, and you know, total cash in. Some people even called it a scam, bait and switch. All right. This game, this Aliens game, has a slightly better rating than The War Z. The War Z had 11 negative reviews. At least, you know, Colonial Marines have like a single positive review and a couple mixed reviews. So it's, you know, it's pretty damn bad. And right before we started recording, I saw on Twitter that CoStar had liked a video from Total Biscuit, and so I watched it. I spent the time to watch it, and I'll link it down in the description so that you guys can watch it too. Because I really think that everybody should watch it, because Total Biscuit makes actually some really good points about, you know, certain problems with the games and problems with, you know, us, you know, or not necessarily us, but gamers who pre-order games and, you know, buy things sight unseen. You know, it's a problem. It's a real problem. So it's a really good video, and I think that everybody should watch it, because it's really good. It's some real good stuff. But, you know, it's sort of like, I'm like, why haven't we learned yet? You know, these sort of things are, you know, I'm questioning, you know what, this isn't going to work. I need to put these lights back. I'm going to put these lights back for now. And then my my lit lamp, because I still touched it. So, you know, it's like, why haven't we learned yet? I mean, this keeps happening. What is the problem? Is it people? Is it there are so many gamers that you know, we need to keep, you know, learning this lesson over and over again? Is it you know, I don't know what it is, but the thing that really strikes me as odd is that this Aliens Colonial Marines game was the #1 game on Steam the day before it came out, and yet it got absolutely terrible reviews. So it just, one of the things that really struck me that Total Biscuit talked about, and it was review embargoes. How you can't, pre-play a game and then write a review and then release it until, the company says that you can. And that is, I think, one of the problems. In fact, there's even sort of a scandal going on right now with this game where, some of the journalists are saying that what they were showed wasn't even part of the game. It's like not even the same thing. So I guess there's something else to be said about that. But that's a whole different issue. All right, so let's go ahead and, all right, back there. Okay, good. All right, I need to figure out what I'm going to do about this. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to work on this side of the wall. Ha 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 ha, wall. No, don't. That's bad. Don't do that. All right, so here's sort of what I'm thinking about for the wall now. Is we're gonna do water flows, and then I'm thinking that I was thinking about having to do the entire thing water flows, then putting some glass in front of it. But I'm thinking that I might want to do something a little bit different. So let's just do like every other one be a water flow, and then we'll see if we can find something cool to go in the center here. So let's see. I'm gonna have to. There we go. Just run in and run out whenever I need some water. All right, and just put it up there. Nice, very nice, looking good. Okay, I'm happy with this so far. Let's keep going with this. Let's just keep going with this. But it's just sort of like it's frustrating when you have oh man, I've completely lost my train of thought. Anyways, so this Aliens game was the #1 game, and nobody had even played it, and there was these review embargoes, so nobody really knew, what the game was going to be like, because nobody could talk about it. And that's sort of one of the things that I think is really wrong with games, is like, one, if they're not like completely paid off, via advertising or just straight up payments, that it's sort of like they can't really be honest if they want to keep reviewing things. I mean, if you break the trade embargo, pretty much you get blacklisted. You will never ever review a game again, because they're not going to give you advanced copies. You're going to have to wait until the game is general availability, and then you're going to be too late. So, but oh, that's much better. That's much better. But by the same token, it's sort of like, well, does it really matter? Because there's there's a review embargo anyways. So is it really important that you have, your review going up the day that the game comes out saying that the game is crap? So it's just sort of one of those things. But I can understand how that would be a problem. Now, yes, they do actually. I found that out just the other day. I got an ingot from a pigman I was killing in the fortress. So let's see here. Do I have any more buckets? I have some ice. I wonder if I put ice up here and break it, it'll turn into water. Let's see. Nope. Fail. Wasted piece of ice. Alright. Oh, it needs a block under it? Oh, okay. Alright, let's try that. Alright. So, I hate to say that, like, you know, I'm sort of not surprised that a bad game was hyped to hell and then came out to be, you know, not good. I really don't want to say that, but really I'm not surprised. This is going to be a terrible idea. Yeah, I sort of knew it. All right, this isn't working out. Because to be quite honest, I mean, I haven't really seen any games that have been, you know, worth their weight in quite a while. There have been some good games recently, which is sort of surprising. But when a game gets a lot of hype, it's almost like it's compensating for something. You know, that's just sort of my opinion on that. So, you know, I was talking with Gieran about this the other day, and I was like, you know, when was the last time you saw Aliens stuff? I mean, this just, it sort of had like bad game written all over it, I guess. Because I was like, it seemed so out of place. It was like, you know, where did this come from? I mean, there wasn't like an Aliens movie recently. There wasn't like an anniversary, as far as I know. Maybe it was like a 20th anniversary of Aliens, or 30th, you know, whatever, something like that. You know, where it was like, oh, okay, you know, there is this reason why there's a Aliens game, because it's not like you see Aliens games come out, you know, like all the time. So it was a little bit weird, and to see people acting like so like crazy about it, like, oh my god, it's gonna be amazing. I was a little bit like, what? What's going on here? You know, so it sort of struck me as a little bit odd. So, all right, here we go. This is going to be, there we go. I think I can do, yeah, I can do one more. And then I have to figure out what I'm going to do about the floor in here. We might have to raise the floor up a little bit. Let's take a look here. Because when I did this, a lot of this stuff is built from days when, you know, I didn't really know what I was doing as much as I do now. So things like, you know, one block or even half a block between, you know, the floor and the ceiling of the room below it is something that I did quite often, and I try not to do anymore. So let's see here. The water block should be right here. I'm wondering if there's a way that I can see. I can't just like move it this way, because if I do, I'll be moving it a really, really long way. So the only option would be to maybe move up the floor. Maybe do sort of like a step system where I take out the floor and then put sort of like a step up. Where's that piece I just removed? Okay, right here. So maybe have like this little thing right here where it goes up a block, and then, you know, you walk up here, and then there's the books and everything like that. That may be what I have to end up doing here. So let's just go ahead and remove a couple of those. And I'll do a line here to mark where the floor needs to be changed. So this is actually probably going to be a bigger renovation than I initially anticipated. But, you know, it's something that I really care about, and I want to spend the time to do it right. Yeah, they don't ever want to spawn. I've been waiting for days for withers to spawn, and they don't want to spawn. So screw them. Their lives are terrible, living in that nether fortress. Okay, so it would be here, would be the new, so the water block would be here. Oh man, we're gonna have to go up higher. Let's go ahead and put this in here. So let's see, we've lost 2 blocks or so here. So we are gonna have to move up 2 blocks. Which actually, you know, may not be that bad. I'm actually doing a lot more than I said I was gonna do. Because the way that I built this originally was incorrect. I should have left more space. Okay. All right. Well, it seems that we have enough room, some coal, to move this up. So we're gonna have sort of like this tiered thing going on here. But you know, I think this will actually add some variance into the library that probably could use it. Did you get a skull, or are you literally on fire? I think you might be literally on fire from blazes. Oh, yep, he's burning. Bear's on fire. Yeah, I got the reference. But I was wondering if you were actually making a reference or what. But this is actually looking pretty good. Oh, fine. Oh, I see how it is. Grumpy Bear. Next thing you know, he's gonna be throwing sharks at me. Those of you who follow us on Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. So, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you should follow us on Twitter. Seriously. Yeah, Nom found that one, and that was a good one. Okay, all right. So you know, I'm actually feeling this thing right here. So I'm gonna leave that because that's pretty boring. I need to work on what this is going to look like going down the rest of the way. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glass in front of here. So I'm going to need some glass. So let's go run down and get some of that. So while I do that, some of the other things that I had written down to talk to you guys about is sort of Minecraft-y relevant. For those of you who maybe are interested in you know, hosting a server, or you know people that want to host a server, there was a really cool analysis of somebody. It was posted to Slashdot, and it was about somebody who's hosting a Minecraft server right now. And the way that you can do it is you can host a Minecraft server 2 different ways. You can either have a computer and you can host it yourself, or you can pay someone to host it for you. And the way that servers that you pay for are hosted is they're called virtual servers. So it's not like you're getting your own private server when you pay a company to host your Minecraft server. What you're getting is what's called a virtual piece of a server. So they're allocating you some memory. All right, let's see how these bricks look. They're allocating you some memory, some processor usage, and things like that, and you get to use those, and you pay for them. So typically, it ends up being like you don't really get so much. You get maybe like a couple 100 megahertz on one of their processing cores, you know, maybe like 512, you know, not even that, maybe like barely enough memory to just have, you know, the amount of people that you're paying for. Barely enough. Look at this over here. So, you know, it's sort of, ooh, here we go. Cracked and mossy cracked. This is what I want. I knew I had some of those in there. I'm so glad I found them. Yay, organization! And somebody did the calculations on just using like a cheapo, I think it was like an old Celeron computer, and that had like a gigabyte of RAM and versus paying for a certain amount of server. And it actually turned out that the performance was not impacted nearly at all, but the person who was switched over to the hosting themselves saved about $275 a year doing it themselves rather than paying for it. So I thought that was really interesting, because I had always thought that hosting yourself was cheaper. I mean, I didn't really thought, but I knew that hosting it yourself was the far cheaper option, but I didn't exactly know how much. And it's actually, the savings are quite a lot. They just factored in how much the internet connection would be extra each month, and then factored in how much energy the computer uses, and that was their price. And it's seriously like $7 a month to host a Minecraft server on their ISP, which is another consideration. Is not all ISPs are going to let you host a server for free. Like, for instance, our ISP doesn't let us host servers at all. We have to pay like for another ridiculous class of internet, and it's expensive and stupid. Let's see. Let's try Mossy down here. I don't think that looks too bad. Let's go ahead and fill it in here, see what happens. So there are some factors. So it's not across the board, but it was the first time I had seen anybody actually do a cost-benefit analysis. So it was pretty neat, and sort of validating for me. I actually kind of like this. I actually kind of like this a lot. Oh man. Okay, let's see, what else can I do here? Let's continue this down the road. I like the way this is turning out. And it's sort of weird when you think about how long we've been in this world. That we've been, here for most of our Minecraft careers. And to just go through and see all the different things that have changed, and go back and look and be like, sort of like, oh man, did I really do that? As far as, building and things go, it's like, it's good, but I've grown since then. So I've learned about, different usage of blocks, using different textures, and, all sorts of stuff that I didn't know before. And it's sort of neat to come back and see this business going on, and upgrading it and looking at just how much better it looks. I think I'm gonna want to change like this wall here. I'm not entirely sure to what. I need a block here. I don't necessarily want to do stone bricks, but maybe I could do like these double blocks here. No. Yes, I do too. Definitely. With the new way the texture packs come out, it would be something interesting. I also want to sort of get a mod. I found a mod that'll allow you to have HD skins, and I want to do that. I want to see what Isaac would look like in HD. So, all right, let's continue working on yes, me and Bear in HD. That would actually be pretty cool. Hopefully, it won't be nightmare fuel like that issue that we had with Draft Void and Monsters on the server. That was terrifying. Yep. All right, so we need to take this up a little bit more. But so far, I'm really liking the way that this is working out. There are some things that I wish I would have done different on here, but you know, you live and you learn, and you come back and you rebuild and you update, and that's sort of what we're doing today. So fun stuff, interesting things to see. So hopefully I can figure out something and it'll make it look sort of like similar to the way it did work. Yeah, we're going to be doing lots of stuff when 1.5 comes out. Lots of upgrades. And we'll probably be doing more of this rework stuff. Like, I guess this isn't the... I guess really this isn't the first rework that we've done. We reworked the storage area. That's completely different compared to how it was. You know, I had a design and things like that. So, you know, oops. Okay. That's going to need to change. Ah, my inventory's full. Why do I have a book on me? Oh, right. Okay, all right. I know one thing that'll clear up a couple of my things right now. Just go ahead and boop. There we go. That way I can collect all this stuff, and that'll just hold there. Come on. Really? Okay. All right, fine, whatever. All right, so I need to put some smooth stone there. There we go. All better. All right, now we need to get rid of this. Let's see. There was also another cool thing that I saw, and you guys know that I like space. So one of the cool things is, you know, the idea that we could go to Mars. It's something that I've talked about quite a bit, and to some extent. But there was a survey done recently, actually recently isn't just the other day. The findings were released of 1,000 people, adults in the United States, and I was actually surprised that a whole 71% of responders said that by 2033 the United States would have gone to Mars. And I was, to be honest, I was really surprised. Obviously, I've shared my views about space travel and space exploration, and they're pretty down and negative views. Yeah, well, actually, I will get to that in just a moment. Actually, oh my gosh, I just spilled water all over my notes. Oh man. Oh geez. All right, so anyways, well, that's that. So anyways, I gotta drop off some stuff here in a chest or something. There's all this stuff floating around. So yeah, so a lot of 71% of responders to this survey said that by 2033 the United States would have gone to Mars. So that in and of itself was sort of surprising, because I was thinking, I was like, wait, really? I don't really think that people understand or care about space. So, for people to say, "Oh yeah, we're going to do it," I was like, "Whoa." That was a little bit of a reality check for me. And, obviously these are statistical, things, surveys and whatnot. So obviously it's not the entire country, but this stuff is pretty good for getting a general feel of what people think. So that right there was the first shocking thing. And I started thinking, I was like, wow, really? Getting to, into space, getting people to Mars and back in a safe manner by 2033. I mean, it's a pretty big time frame, obviously, but I guess it's something that can be done. All right, so let's see here. I think since all the fire hazard is gone, I think I need to grab some of this wood. Wait, no, I didn't do the floor in wood. I did the floor in half slabs. Yeah, okay. All right. So I was like, all right, so people might care a little bit more about space than I had originally thought. So I will admit that, you know, maybe I was wrong. But then the sort of the bad news came, and it was sort of weird because I, like Giren, was thinking, well, how are we going to do that? You know, our space program is practically dead in the water. I mean, you know, we pay a lot of we pay other countries to take our people into space. You know, about the most space thing we have right now going on is SpaceX and their Dragon capsule. So nothing really going on with, you know, the NASA, which is the government. Well, actually, technically, it's a civilian agency, but it's funded by the government. You know, the space agency. So I mean, you know, you've got the Saturn V rocket, but that's not really something that you would use to send people to Mars. So I was like, how are we going to do this? So the second question on the survey was, what is the amount of budget that is allocated for NASA by the government each year? And people said that 2.5% of the federal budget was dedicated towards space and space research through NASA, which is absolutely mortifyingly wrong, because it is not 2.5%. I don't even remember the last time it was 2.5%. It is actually 0.5%. We allocate half of a percent of our budget for the study of space and space travel. So that is the problem. People don't realize that we don't invest in space travel enough to get to Mars by 2033. And I can't say that I wasn't surprised as much as I was by the first statistic that people thought we were actually going to make it to Mars. But it's true. I really just don't think that people are paying attention to space. It's not a big, you know, issue. And they don't realize that the government has cut a lot of space travel back so far that, you know, it wouldn't really be something that we could feasibly do, you know, anymore. It's the program's really been cut back pretty badly. So, yeah, exactly. You know, Giren makes a very good point that we don't have, you know, Saturn V rocket. We don't have that. It's the development on it has been stopped because it just wasn't up to par for whatever reason, I guess. But, you know, and this is it is sort of like we're behind now. I actually feel like our program was knocked back 50 years when the space shuttle program ended, which is very, very bad, because that means that there are places now that have more advanced space technology than we do, which is, you know, I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, American exceptionalism, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm not one of those people, but I really do think that, you know, we sort of pioneered space travel along with some other countries. The fact that we are no longer the top dog, even though we have so much more experience and we've invested so much more money than other places, is sort of concerning. You know, it's like, what have we been doing this entire time? We should be beating everybody handily, you know. Everybody should be coming to us for, you know, advice on how to do this, and they're sort of not. So that is something that I would like to see changed. I would like to see, you know, I mean, I would think I would die and think I was in heaven if suddenly one year they said that they were going to, allocate 2.5% of the budget for NASA and space travel. I think I would die. So, hopefully one day we can get back to that level of spending, because I'm sure the people at NASA and JPL would just absolutely have a field day with that much money. But alas, it has not come to pass yet. Ah! The roof. Alright, looks like I need to remove a little bit more of this. And I actually don't know. Yeah, well, they'll just strap us to the outside of the rocket, and we can go along for the ride. Who knows? Maybe it'll be like a Chinese rocket or something. Who knows? But actually, that raises an interesting question about, and I was just thinking that somebody might ask this, about how much is 2.5% of the annual federal budget. To be honest, I don't know. I think this is getting into sort of political arena. But I don't think we've had a budget for almost 4 years now. But I think it's somewhere on the order of $1 trillion US. I can't really say for sure, but I'm feeling like $1 to $1.5 trillion is the amount of money that it takes our government to run each year. Man, I can't wait for 1.5 for click and drag. Seriously. So, quick, 2.5% of $1 trillion. What is it? 250 million? No, billion? I don't know. My maths. Hey, Enderman. You got some dirt? Oh. Well, I guess I was wrong. Oh, wait, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. The deficit is 1 trillion. My bad. That's the 1 trillion number that I was thinking of. All right, I need some stairs. So, I don't know. I'm terrible with math. It would be a lot of money. It would be a heck of a lot of money. Oh, we don't have smooth stone stairs. What the hell am I doing? Let's go ahead and just do cobble for now. Oh, man. There we go. All right, that's good. 2.5, that would be 95 million. Wow. So, I don't know. Thinking about it now, it sounds like there might be something wrong with those numbers. So, don't quote me on them. But still. Oh, come on, really? Give me the good stuff. Yes, there we go. So we're just going to plot this out here real quick. This is probably the last thing that we're going to do. But so far, I am really liking the way that this renovation is going. I think that these changes are going to be good. It'll make it look more like a proper library. We're going to have to remove this section right here. We'll get this nice sort of two-tiered look. And I'll have to figure out how we're going to work the downstairs portion of it. No, that's not what I want. Let's see, I think if I just put that there. There we go. All right. Boom, and a boop. There we go. So, this obviously won't be cobble. But this will be more of the same. We'll have, more bookshelves here. Get rid of those. My gosh, getting a little bit of lag going on here. What's going on? Would I date a celebrity? Probably not. Celebrities have way too much attention on themselves that I wouldn't want. All right, there we go. All right, I need to. No, I'll leave that there. So this will give us sort of an idea about what we're looking at for here right now. So I am a minor internet celebrity, I guess, but I don't like thinking of myself that way, because I feel like I'm just a regular person who's just doing some things that have people who enjoy watching what he does. I don't want to or feel that I should be called a celebrity, or what, you know, so that's just me. I'm just a normal person who makes videos on the internet that people like to watch. So that's just me. There we go. That is the new second tier of the library. Push it up a little bit, and then let's see, can we fit? Oh yes, we are thin enough. All right, let's gather up these things. Hey, I have a new sword. Let's test it out. Aw, he didn't want to play. So, still got some work down here that we need to do. I'm liking the way that this this waterfall thing is working out pretty well. I think I actually may add in some more of this water down here. So we'll just have to see how that goes. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of KigerCraft. Like always, my name is Tigorso, and the bear is going to say goodbye now. Say goodbye, bear. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us again. We'll see you next time. Take care.